back into Championship Central here at the Atlantic 10 studio in Washington, D.C. We have a halftime score with the number 7 seeded St. Louis in the lead by 5 over number 2 VCU. Are we getting an upset here, guys? A major upset here, possibly. Well, let's take a look at VCU's journey to this point so far. The accolades that they've had this season have been tremendous. You look at the way that Sarah Tibiasu has grown as a leader. That's something that they talk about as a team. Her growth as a leader has been a big part of this team's improvement on both ends of the floor. She did become the first Ram to earn Conference Player of the Year accolades, and Cindy Wilkes was named the CAA Player of the Year. That was back in the 2003-2004 season. And for Sarah, she's had such a big impact. She can score in many ways, tough for others to defend, and that has really helped this team out tremendously, being in that ranking, number 66 in the net, that 26-4 overall record. A lot of that comes through Sarah Tibiasu. And also for this team, they've just been learning a lot from last year. That's something that they've talked about. Catching up with them pregame, they mentioned that last year they had a lot of close games, injuries, games that came down to 5 points or less. And when you look at how they played this season, it's a big testament to the way that they learned from last year. They learned that when things are getting tough, you gotta stick it out. And what does it say? Well, it started in the spring. They've been building the relationships. They've been building those pieces, player development, and you can see that now, how it starts and translates now into their play. They're connected, the chemistry, the composure that they are bringing. It started with their captains last year off the court, and that relationship that they've been able to build has translated on the court. When you look at these plays, the ball movement, the way that they're able to attack the space, they have tremendously been able to take a stride this year. And after a difficult time last year, you can see this year, not one player left. They came in as a group to get better. They motivate each other, and they've been consistent with wanting to get better each and every day, which has been a key to their success and the foundation. On the other side for St. Louis, who right now sits in the driver's seat of this game, it's fitting that they have had such a strong start to the tournament play. St. Louis has a number of players across their roster that have received postseason accolades so far this year, whether it's Kylan Mackin or Calhoun. They've got a number of talent. You see they play with the energy, the intensity, and this is a group in St. Louis that, as they're defending that Atlantic 10 championship, has the motivation to come out and want to repeat back-to-back to see if they're able to win it again this year. So taking a look around the conference so far, look at the way that the A10 has been represented nationally. The Atlantic 10 has 6 different teams in the top 90 of the net, led by Richmond with that 55 ranking, St. Joseph's right behind them at 59, George Mason at 63, and VCU rounding out at 66. They also have 3 teams above 83% winning in terms of their records. St. Joseph's, VCU, and Richmond that represent. That is tied with the Big Ten for the most in the nation. And then also with 4 teams that have over 23 wins, that's been pivotal for what's been helping the success of the conference. When you look at just another conference out, just one, around the nation in the ACC that has more. So looking ahead today, we've got more quarterfinal action. St. Joseph's and Rhode Island finish up the day for us here in this quarterfinal round. Now, the last 4 straight games between the two of them have been decided by 4 points or less, including a double overtime game. Now, St. Joseph's, led by Laura Ziegler and Talia Brugler, they have been tremendously carrying this team to the success of this year. On the other side for Rhode Island, all-conference forward Maya Toure has led the Rams to the 2nd straight year in both points and rebounds, which landed her on the all-conference 2nd team, plus junior captain guard Sophie Phillips, who started in every game this season, averaging 11.1 points per game. So an exciting game coming up next. But for this one, we're not done yet. Another half to go as St. Louis sits in the lead right now, looking to see if they can pull off the biggest upset of the day. So after this break, we'll be back at Enrico Sports and Event Center with Leah and Isis for second half action, guys. Stay tuned.